It's the WP Minute. This episode is brought to you by Stellar WP. Check out stellarwp.com for all of their WordPress plugins like LearnDash, themes like Cadence, and open WordPress job listings. You know how it goes. Everything I mention here will be linked up in the newsletter and the blog post. Check out the WPMinute.com for the links. In the news, WordPress 6.0 Beta 3 is now available for testing. These releases are moving along and testers are needed for the most recent release. If you would like to check out the release schedule, you can go over to make.wordpress.org. It was just announced that Matt Mullenweg will be speaking at WordCamp Europe in Porto, Portugal, June 2nd through the 4th, 2022. If you plan on attending this event, you may want to listen to a podcast from Delicious Brains that gives some great ideas on how to make the most of your WordCamp visit. WooCommerce. WooCommerce has released 6.5 RC2. That's our release candidate. This puts them on track for the May 10th, 2022 release date. Testers are needed for this release as well. From our contributors and producer, Sarah Gooding over at WP Tavern writes about how the WordPress subreddit blew up this week with reports of MemberPress locking users out of the plugin's admin if they do not renew their subscriptions. MemberPress is a popular membership plugin for WordPress that does not have a free version available. They do clearly outline the subscription policy, but cutting off access to the plugin's admin screens leaves users without the ability to manage the membership functions of their site once their subscriptions lapse. It will be interesting to see if this, air quotes, change impacts their customer base. David Von Gries tweeted that he is looking for a new home for Kirky. If you are looking to venture into the Gutenberg product market, this may be a great opportunity for you. Reach out to David if you're interested. Amber Hines also tweeted 2 plugins that need to be rehomed, as she puts it. They have become a distraction for the main focus on accessibility. Go check out the thread on Twitter and reach out to Amber if you're interested in her plugins. Master WP has announced their WordCamp US 2022 travel sponsorship program. Rob Howard explains how to apply. Go check out his blog post to apply to be a speaker to WordCamp US and possibly receive sponsorship. If you would like to contribute to helping send somebody to WordCamp, you can head on over to Donate WC. Chima Meje was interviewed over on the Matt Report about how and why to raise your freelance rates. Go listen to this interview to discover how entrepreneurs can raise rates through grit, perseverance, confidence, and ultimately discovering self-worth. Next up, the Block Editor Dev Minute hosted by Aurooba Ahmed.
Hi, I'm Aurooba, and this is your Block Editor Dev Minute. Here's a quick branding win you can implement in the editor. There's a slot fill called Main Dashboard button in the Edit Post package, which lets you change out the WordPress logo in the top left corner to any logo you want. Throw the logo in as an SVG with the appropriate fixes for React and pop it into the Main Dashboard button component and you're good to go. Now, it is technically still experimental, but it's well documented and a quick change once it's officially stabilized. Pair this with changing the primary color of the editor to a brand color, and the editor will go from feeling generic to website specific. It's a pretty sleek touch. Check out its documentation in the Block Editor Handbook on WordPress.org. Thanks for listening.
Thanks to all of the members who shared these links today, Daniel Schutzsmith and Eric Karkovack. Thanks to you, dear listener, for tuning in to your favorite 5 minutes of WordPress news every Wednesday. You can support independent content like this by simply purchasing us a digital coffee at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport for as little as $5, or join the Link Squad membership, $79 for the year, to support the show and become a producer of the WP Minute at buymeacoffee.com/MattReport. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please share it wherever you do social media. You still on Twitter? And jump on the mailing list at thewpminute.com.